How I describe WrestleMania 32's booking? Completely schizophrenic. WWE is in panic mode right now. Most of their big stars are either injured, retired, or no one gives a shit about them. And to make it even worse, we've now got a literal roadblock on the road to WrestleMania. On WWE Network special next week, Dean Ambrose is challenging Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, I want you to think about this, okay? There's going to be a WWE Network special. It's going to feature a World Heavyweight Championship mere weeks before WrestleMania. Now, this is going to either be just an absolute throwaway, pointless match, because we all know WWE loves to do that, or WWE, this is your chance to fix a lot of things wrong with your company. This is how WWE should be booking for the next few weeks, even months. Why am I doing this? Because I'm a smartass. Fuck you, BX. Okay, so, WWE Roadblock. Dean Ambrose versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now this match will probably go as you think. Dean Ambrose is going to come in swinging. Triple H is going to give him everything, just beat the living crap. And of course, being the COO, he can do whatever the hell he wants. He's going to hit Dean Ambrose with chairs. He's going to hit him with a sledgehammer, pedigree him all the time. And of course, because Dean Ambrose is insane, he's going to come back swinging. Yeah, that's how it works. When John Cena never gives up, he's inspirational. But when Dean Ambrose does it, he's insane. Isn't he, JBL? So the League of Nations are just going to come out and just beat the crap out of Dean Ambrose. The crowd's booing like hell, and then all of a sudden, da-da, 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 out comes Roman Reigns. Now, you remember back when Mick Foley won his first WWE Championship? He's getting beat on by the corporation, and then Steve Austin comes out to a massive pop, and with his help, Dean Ambrose becomes the WWE Champion. And the entire landscape of WrestleMania is now changed. So, Dean Ambrose is now WWE Champion. And this should happen. Because Dean Ambrose, unlike Roman Reigns, is over with the audience. The amount of times this guy has become this close to becoming World Champion, the amount of times is just mind-boggling. Any other person who's had that many close calls to the championship would have won it by now. So, the next day on Raw, Dean Ambrose is champion. So what the hell's going to happen with WrestleMania? Well, Roman Reigns is the #1 contender. Triple H has a rematch clause. Brock Lesnar already had a match signed with Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. So we could do one of a few things. One, we can have what Daniel Bryan did a few years ago and be all inspirational 2-match, 3-guy kind of thing. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose, opening WrestleMania in a street fight for the WWE Championship. And then, at the end of the night, the winner, which will most likely be Dean, it will be in a triple threat against Roman Reigns and Triple H. Now, I actually don't think that will happen. Why? Because I don't see Brock Lesnar ever being the opening match to a pay-per-view, period. Doesn't matter if it's WrestleMania. He is not going to open it. Look at me and tell me I'm lying. Alright? So, the other option. Fatal 4-way. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Triple H. A face, a tweener, a heel, and a guy we don't give a shit about. Now that part's important, because Roman Reigns is going to walk out as world champion by turning on Dean. Roman Reigns joins the Authority. Now this could be done a few ways. Roman Reigns could explain the very next time on Raw saying, "You people never believed in me, so why the hell should I ever give a crap about you?" Or pretty much saying, "I've learned to accept. I've learned that you can't beat the Authority, and if you can't beat them, well, you know the rest. Believe that." But we all know that's not going to be the case. He's not going to say it like that, obviously. So, Roman Reigns is now part of the Authority. He's now world champion. Dean Ambrose, naturally pissed. Brock Lesnar, pretty pissed too. But I see Brock Lesnar finally going into a Wyatt family feud for the next few months. So he's going to be reserved out of there. So it's going to be Dean Ambrose versus his former brother, his former friend. 2 of his brothers have now betrayed him. And he becomes a very untrusted face. He can't trust anyone. So, it's going to be over them over the next few months. Until... How does Seth Rollins' theme go? Okay, you get the point. Seth Rollins comes back. Okay, and Seth Rollins comes back to a huge pop. And everyone's like, hey! Triple H is like, hey, welcome back! I see your legs fine now! And Seth's like, what the fuck is this shit? Huh? Why are you two being all buddy-buddy? Huh? I thought I was the face. I thought I was the future of this company. Seth is going to get a face turn. That works. Now, while this is all happening, Shane McMahon has won complete control over Monday Night Raw. So, we have a power struggle between the authority of Steph and Triple H versus the face authority of Shane McMahon. So, I don't see how this really works into it. I see Triple H and Stephanie handling the championship situation, and Shane pretty much just stays out until he's really needed. But honestly, this is how it can work. Roman Reigns needs to go heel. How? How do I know this? It worked for his cousin. When Rock came into the WWE back when he first started, the fans hated him. They couldn't give a shit about him. He was all happy and smiling and I love you, that kind of crap. And then he turned heel, created the Rock persona, and became so popular they had to turn him face. Roman Reigns' career is not benefiting from being the face now. John Cena was a heel. He started his rapping gimmick while he was heel. And that got him over with the fans. Now, you can make the argument that Roman Reigns was already over with the Shield, but he worked as a silent behemoth. They gave him a mic, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this shit? Dean Ambrose came out every single week, and he didn't need to use a mic. He's got the mic, but he just comes in just swinging. He's the insanity. And that's what the WWE needs. He's the Mick Foley of the 21st century. And unlike Mick Foley, he hasn't got concussions. At least that's what we hope. Dean is over with the fans. Roman is not. If WWE goes ahead with Roman Reigns versus Triple H in the main event of WrestleMania 32, and Roman Reigns wins, he's going to be celebrating in a half-empty arena. Because if that's the ending of that pay-per-view, Vince is going to be seething because he's going to be watching all the cameras and seeing people leave. And finally, maybe, just maybe, he finally gets his head out of his ass. All I know, going into WrestleMania, right now, Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose is probably the match of the night. Well, that's and Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Yes! The sad thing is, all WrestleMania is essentially being trumped, no pun intended, by one match that isn't even on WrestleMania, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura's debut match in TakeOver against Sami Zayn. Which actually brings me to one last thing about WrestleMania. WWE, here's a challenge for you. take the Andre the Giant Battle Royale and do something with it! 2 years ago, Cesaro wins it. Last year, The Big Show won it. Now here's a question to WWE. In what way did the Andre the Giant Battle Royale victory benefit either of them? Cesaro deserved benefit for winning that Battle Royale. Big Show didn't deserve it. For God's sakes, Damien Sandow deserved that much more. So this is what you're going to do this year, WWE. And I actually agree with the bastard Adam. You bring Daniel Bryan out. Suit, tie, crowd pops like mad, and he announces his entrance into the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Sami Zayn. But I want you to actually do something with this. Remember when Edge won the King of the Ring and they always brought out that trophy? You know how people bring out, trophies they've won. Why doesn't anyone do that anymore? How about the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royale wins a title match later that night or something, or something. Money! Something! The Andre the Giant Battle Royale should be a chance to give a promising new talent the leg up he deserves. Unlike Andre the Giant, who, let's face it, was screwed over by Hogan and his bullshit politics. Alright? We have an entire new roster. A roster who, let's face it, deserved to actually been appreciated the Royal Rumble. We could have done something amazing at the Royal Rumble. We could have given AJ Styles a world title. Could you imagine the headlines if it was AJ Styles debuts in WWE, wins world title? Could you imagine how hot the product would have been? If one of the biggest free agents in the company, one of the greatest talents in the industry, came in on that debut night, became champion. Imagine if Kevin Owens or Dean Ambrose became world champion. Imagine if anyone at all, besides Triple H, won the world title. That's the situation with this company in a nutshell. The COO, one of the main bookers of the company, made himself champion. That's the situation we're in right now. And let me ask you, when was the last time a wrestling promotion who made its own booker champion ever work out in the long run? Listen, Trips, I know he's your friend, but you shouldn't be taking bookering advice from Kevin Nash, alright? All I know is, WrestleMania is supposed to be one of the biggest events of the year. Your planned Cena Taker match out the window. It's so desperate right now, you had to bring in a guy who, let's face it, kind of hates Vince's guts. It's kind of sad it's his own son. They actually had to bring in the guy that we haven't seen for 7 years, who, let's be honest, who has much better business philosophy than Vince or Steph or Hunt. Well, to be fair, Shane and Hunt are kind of on the same level, because let's be honest here, Shane actually had the idea for what would essentially be NXT 5 years earlier. But you haven't got your Undertaker match you want. The World Championship is in a terrible state of who gives a shit. And now we've got a Network Championship match. Now, could you imagine how pissed off people are going to be if this championship match at Roadblock ends with Hunter winning? People are just going to be sitting there at their computers and watching this pay-per-view, this network special, and go, what the fucking point was that? It was kind of like, it would be like lip service. Oh, yeah, we know you like Dean Ambrose more than Roman Reigns, so we'll give him that championship match a week before WrestleMania. Don't worry, we'll make sure he's treated very well. Fuck you. Either give Dean the push he deserves, he's earned. You know, A few years ago, when Triple H was talking to Punk in the ring, he said the fans decide who gets where. Bullshit! Bullshit. Because if that was the case, Daniel Bryan would have gotten the championship title reign he deserved. Zack Ryder would have gone fucking over. And Roman Reigns would never talk. Am I going to watch WrestleMania? Absolutely. Am I hoping it's going to be good? Absolutely. But I fear the worst. I do. And I can go on and on this little video about how WWE needs to get some real competition and how things definitely need to change. But I'd just be repeating what so many other people have already said. So, thank you for watching this very impromptu video. As you can see, I am not dressed for this thing. So, thank you for watching, and WWE, good luck.